Hey everyone. I I know I've taken a bit of a extended break. I'm going to be posting occasional updates, definitely more often than I used to. Um I guess I've been stuck in my mind for so long that I've needed this world to be perfect, and I need I wanted people to join and have the best possible keep the night vision on. Best possible experience, but you know, I don't know. Lately, I've been, if I'm being perfectly honest, I've been trying to focus on myself more, figure out things in my peanut noggin. So I'm just gonna fly around, give y'all a little tour of what's going on. So, spawn hasn't changed too much. Took out all the old trees, placed new ones. Um, this bridge is new. Instead of another bridge being here, it's just a rock that you can jump across. The Sussy Maid Cafe, or what's left of it. Little village back here. I need to fix up some of these weird looking chunks. More trees. Here. It's supposed to be like this, I can do it. I can't do it. It's supposed to be this rundown vibe. Ooh, excuse me. And, yeah. Mansion from Luigi's Mansion. Still kind of a work in progress. I've finished it a number of times and then gone back and started redoing some areas like this. For instance, it was finished, then the file corrupted. God damn it, that hurt a lot because that was like 4 months down the drain, 3 or 4. I'm not gonna go through the whole building because I mean I've pretty much explored the rest of it many times before. I've added a bunch of sort of dunes, not dunes, but like hills, so everything doesn't feel nearly as flat as it normally would if it was the same sort of terrain as when the world was created. And I have branching pathways connecting, or at least attempting to connect a bunch of places together in this weird spaghetti sort of way. My main goal is to make it feel like, oh, they're travelers that have come and gone over the years, and they've walked on all these paths enough to leave them. I'm gonna have to patch all these fucking houses back up. Um, sorry, something happened, and I'm trying to distract myself in a way. I here's this abandoned base from someone who used to play on the server, or sort of a group that used to play on the server. Now they're long gone. One of the underground, one of the holes leading into the underground. Me and your mom. And these things go on for so long. And then we were over there somewhere. I don't know. Over here are my most recent pathways that I've worked on. So if I was to walk and spawn, there's this little area to my right that most people I feel like would just miss because, oh, it's just a bush. No, it's a pathway, and it keeps going. And 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 as you can see, it looks good. Here, it'll look even better if I just do this. Yeah, I want to have a sort of fantasy vibe, and I feel like I'm starting to capture it exactly how I wanted to years ago. This whole project I have put so much just love into. I've had it going since April 2nd, 2020. I was 14 when I created the world. And I vividly remember going through Avatar, watching Avatar: The Last Airbender, not for the first time, but for the first time since I was a kid, because it was airing, and I like vividly remembered it airing on television, my old box TV, and I was obsessed with that when I was just in the single digits. I didn't really know anything of the story back then when I was first watching it. And then when I watched it during 2020, I had come across a scene. It's where this character named Uncle Iroh is underneath a tree and is mourning the loss of another character. And that struck a chord with me. So I created this world in memorial for my uncle. I don't know if I've ever told that on this channel, but I'll definitely have a more scripted video talking about everything. Not really lore related, but sort of a tribute to this server. And how it's kind of been here since well, for a long time now. But yeah, sorry. Terrible video. Why are all of them over? Y'all have a house. What's up here? Y'all like the view? Actually, this is a good view. I can't really blame them. Yeah. Okay. So I showed the mansion, I showed the pathways, I showed that. Over here, I've cleared out a lot of the ocean, and I'm trying to get some, trying to fill in some custom terrain. And oh my lord, it's taking so long. Sorry, I'm thinking about my uncle, and I was already thinking of something sad before starting this. Yeah. But yeah, as you can see, the pathways wind all around everything over there and through here and up there. And I want to reconnect this pathway all the way around and maybe over to the tree and maybe somehow branch it off and go over to that village. Over here, you might remember there used to be a pair of twin mountains. Fuck everyone in my server that has made a 9/11 joke. It's terrible. You guys are awful. Um, this is what the mountain roughly used to look like back when someone lived in it, and I'm gonna do some touch-ups on that at some point. Over here used to be another base where a bunch of members would come together and just sort of discuss stuff, but this had also kind of been corrupted, so I had to I'm kind of doing touch-ups on that as well. Not too much out here. Over here, however, is a place called the Corruption. Well, not a place, but it's a it's pretty self-explanatory. It's the Nether corrupting the overworld. However, we have our own lore for it, as well as our own lore for the end. So, I mean, stay tuned for that if you're ever interested. And, I'm gonna... Here's this little house over here. Over here, oh, yeah, that's before the... I used to have a tunnel connecting this river over to this end of the mountain. And it was like this lush cave thing. But as I said earlier, the world file corrupted and I lost months of progress. If we fly over to this big old desert, you'll probably see from here. Ignore the floating houses. That's temporary. Hey buddy. There's this huge desert that I'm trying to make even bigger. So that's taking up a good portion of my time. I had just done a bunch of this before hitting record. So expect to see an update here on that soon. But I'm sure y'all recognize, I think I posted it to the LFTV channel. I could be mistaken. If you're subscribed to my main channel, Call Me Avery, I'm sure you recognize this whole town. Me, Violet, and another friend of mine all kind of pulled together and built this. I should have had the server up years ago now, and I just don't have the money for it. When I do, the server ain't ready. Good job, Avery. You're so financially stable. But yeah, I fucked up big time. Half of this is fucking gone, missing. Well, not really half, more like I don't know, a fifth, a sixth. Yeah. Like, there's enough to salvage what was there, and it looked practically identical, but that was a oopsie poopsie. Never said that in my life. I am... Wow, okay, that's just cringe as all hell. But yeah, I'm gonna expand the desert. All the stone you see and gravel and just all this miscellaneous shit is gonna turn into sandstone and sand, and I'm gonna raise up a bunch of mountains, and I want to connect this little area, or at least bring it closer together, and hopefully connect the two bits of land, or even extend it over to these old docks that are also slightly deleted. Cool. You'll love to see it. I deleted a bunch of corrupt chunks that were here for the longest time. As I'm sure a lot of you will know, there was these just gigantic walls spanning thousands of blocks in my world. And I had to well, I never really told anyone that I'd do it, but I got rid of all of them. and now none of the chunks are corrupted. Well, there's some. There are outliers that I never got to delete, but yeah. There's this. I almost forgot to fly over here. So over there's the corruption little house somewhere, and over there is the desert temple. But over here is the this big old mountain inspired by the Lord of the Rings, mostly. Inspired by um it's like if what's it called? The Lonely Mountain was crossed with no, wrong location. Isengard? Is that the right? I'm in the middle of in the middle of Fellowship of the Ring, so I'm very rusty on my Middle Earth lore, but mix Erebor with very evil location, the eyeball, and then surrounding land, Mordor. Thank God. I'm so smart, guys. You know, I just love my brain for working the way it does. It fucking sucks. Anyway, yeah, this is also a work in progress, as I'm sure you can tell. I'm gonna do something with these mountains because that is not supposed to be flat, but I'm gonna do something with this mountain first. There's this big old just green down here. Ooze. And it's glowing. It's supposed to look nasty. It's supposed to look just filthy. And I'm gonna expand all this, like, lower areas out, which is why you see all this funky look. Actually, this is what the all the old chunks used to look like. Like, some of them would be old chunks, others would be new, and they would, like, just stick out in weird ways, exactly like this. Cutting into builds like that. Mostly unfinished ocean monument. Really weird. But yeah. What else? I know there's more. I have to get rid of that mansion. Oh yeah, there's this old place. So back in 2022, there was this friend group from I mentioned earlier started their own country. And what was it called? Privara. It's called Privara. And it was poised as this land of peace and luxury. And, you know, there would be like a feeling of community here. But the twist was the leader was sick in the head. And they had a murder basement, as they would call it. So lovely, guys. And we were like 16 when we were coming up with this shit, so naturally it's gonna be emo as fuck. And then there was just more down here. There was the dungeon. Unfortunately called... I mean, can I even say that on YouTube? I don't think I can. You can fill in the gaps. It's bad. It's some shit you'd expect a bunch of edgy 16-year-olds to come up with. But yeah, the peaceful leader had her good old... just had bodies in her basement. Isn't that an actual phrase? I think it is. Are these horses? Yeah. There used to be a oh, you can see it. Oh shit. Yeah, I forgot about that. You can there used to be a bridge here, and to give it a sense of time. What are you? I'm sorry, when did they... Wow, I didn't know they added a Nautilus mob. Okay, that's... Huh. Okay. Cool. I've been avoiding mob. Jeez, I haven't played survival much, like at all. I've been focused on the building aspect. Like there's this mountain range that I want to... That, I mean, it's connected to this area. I guarantee you've seen it already, but yeah. Oh, don't lag on me. Don't lag on me. Don't lag on me. Don't lag. All right. Here's one of my bestestest friends' little houses next to gigantic, dramatic looking wall. I need to listen to the Attack on Titan theme. I haven't heard that in years. Anyway, there's this village that I'm gonna expand outwards because of course I am. I'm gonna have this land filled in more and just have this thriving city almost. And then there's this huge prison. I'm gonna maybe make it look abandoned and untouched. There is a bit of lore to it, but I'm not gonna go into it because spoilers. Spoilers, guys. You don't want spoilers, do you? What else am I missing? Over there. This area. You know, it's really weird. I used to play on this with like 12 chunk render distance and everything felt so far apart. But now that I could see all the way to that fuck-ass desert temple, it's like, it's not that far. No, that is far. But I look at the tree, the old tree, and I'm like, okay, I could get there in a few minutes. It's a very weird perspective thing. You don't realize how close something is until you're able to visualize it. Woo! Mm-hmm. So here's the end. We're gonna... I found this mod a while ago called Stellarity, where it heavily modifies the end overall. It's so cool. I love it. And I'm really hoping we can well, not incorporate it in the lore because we already have enough lore for the end, such as its existence and why it exists. But yeah, what's in here? Okay. Do I have anything important? Ooh. Pausing recording. I forgot I had that. All right. Oh, yeah, this little area. Bird. Reset my flight speed. Anyway, this is near spawn, so if you were to, you know, go around here, go to the water, swim across, you know, do your best to get as close, you know, parkour, and then to get soaking wet. Hehe. Shut up, Avery. You can come down here, go through this little cave, don't die, And yeah, there's this neat little campsite. I used to have this mod where it had like stumps and shit that you could just place on the ground and they act as chairs, like actual little stumps. It was so cute. I need to clean my keyboard. A lot of grease. I just used isopropyl alcohol for that, right? Pretty sure. I know I glanced at it earlier, but this is another thing I'm trying to make look good is this meteor in the inside of this crater and I'm trying to make it look like it's been here for decades and or a century or something like that. Huh. Okay, thank God. I was worried for a second. I'm like, did I accidentally build over a couple things over here? Um, there are a couple pods. One of these is definitely landed more gracefully than the others. Over here, my buddy Parchiros, or Liam's, or you know whoever ends up joining alongside Mev Bushwhacker. Go follow him on Twitch. Apologies, it's 3 in the morning. But yeah, this is one of the emergency pods. You know, limited controls. You have a little unfortunate name. I remember the exact name I was thinking when I was writing it. It was Gerald's Protective Pods. Okay. That's ridiculous. And over here, it's a different model. It's also colored blue, but you come to think of it, this would be so worse. So much worse to control, like, yeah. Anyway, same supplies here. Yeah. Protect Gerald's protective yeah. They're like neat little things. They look better with shaders, which I guarantee you the creators who are going to be in the pods when the server starts will have shaders on. At least one of them will. Yeah. This is everything I've been working on lately. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.